What's going on, guys? Big Jim here with Sharp Obsession. I'm going to do a follow-up video on this Remette Woodpecker. Decided to break it down and see what this thing looks like on the inside. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a overview of that. This is super simple. So thought I would share. There's some really cool stuff on the inside of this, so I really wanted to let everybody know that this is innovative and cool, and I really like it, so thought I would share. Alright, now if you watched my last video, I said, if you mash this button right here, it does release the scale some way. So I'm going to show you about that. You push that button in and then slide this scale forward on this what I would call the show side. So that show side, once you slide it forward, it just comes off. And check that out. A little bit of engineering genius, I'll say. So that is so cool. And this thing still works with the scales off. So I thought that was about the coolest thing I ever seen. Maybe I ain't seen very much, and that's okay. But I'm excited about it, so I thought I'd share. Alright, now I always use my Weehaw bits. When they get a little bit wore, I'll buy new ones. You can buy them in bulk. So, alright, I've done took this apart, so I know these smaller screws here, body screws, are T6, and the larger one is a T8 for the pivot screw. So, when I got mine, it was just a little bit, felt a little bit rough, so I said I'm just going to go ahead and tear it down and see if I can improve the action a little bit. Do love my Vero driver, guys. I got this at Blade Show, and man, this thing is awesome. So I really like that. If you get a chance, get you one of those. Alright, I'm going to take this apart. Now these two screws here are not a part of the body screws. That is for the scales. I assume that's like a stop. Because I don't see that they really go to anything under there. See that? So I left them alone. But let me put this so I don't cut myself. But I'm going to take these screws apart. Now when I take things apart, I try to be meticulous. So if I got the back body screw, I'll line it up here so I'll know what screw goes where. Because sometimes I have gotten in trouble by doing this and putting wrong screw in the wrong spot. So that is my second one. And then the pivot. Alright. These little stubby screwdrivers are, if you're just starting out and you want something that just works, man, these things are cheap and they work well. So. Alright. Now, I have a little tool that I like to use to keep from scratching things. Just something from Amazon. So I got a little tool here. We're going to pry just a little bit to pop that off. Alright, and looky what's under there. Got a little bit more here to pry. There it is. So see, on this liner, there is nothing that them screws go to. It's just a stop, I would imagine, for the scales. So, but look at that. Looks like they already have. If that's not skiff, it's skiff-like bearings, and looks like multi-row. So mine was just a little bit rough, but I'm here to tell you. This thing should be smooth as butter, so that thought we'd do a little adjusting. I didn't know that was what was under there, but that is very cool. So I'm going to wipe just a little bit of this oil off. I've got a little bit heavy on it when I done this prior to this video. So, but skiff-like, or at least skiff multi-row bearings, is very cool. And I will see, just in case somebody wants to change these out, if I can find my little tool. box of parts here. Alright. I do have the bearing guide. So let's see what this looks like. No, 5mm, nope. Let's see, maybe. I had to pull that pin. Yep. Feels like a 5mm. Yes, it is 5mm. And $5mm, looks like 3/64. I'm not sure how many bearings is there. I'm not going to count them. But it is multi-row, very cool. I'm going to put my pin back so I don't forget it and lose my mind. It's hard to do this with band-aids on your thumbs. So, not exactly highly recommended there. Alright, I'm going to wipe some of this oil off. Cool. And put a little bit of oil back on it, just so I know a little bit is there. I've been using this bottle oil Gunny Glide for a long time. Of course I think I'm getting a little low. Nope, still got quite a bit. Don't take a whole lot. A little bit goes a long way. Okay. Now a little bit on the detent track. Everybody does that a little different. That's just how I do it. So don't think that that's how you got to do it, but that is how I do it. Then I'll put a little bit in the track here, just a drop. Maybe one more drop. And then another drop or two on the outside. Don't need a whole lot. And this thing is solid as a rock. I really love this design. I would like to see them do this on many more things. Pops right in there, nice and solid. I'll go ahead and put the pivot screw back in. Since I'm done tore this apart once, I'm going to use just a little bit of my blue Loctite on this to make sure that don't come back loose on me under that scale. But I mean, it's super easy to get apart, but I like for things to stay. Now, I'm not lefty. I'm not going to super glue it in there, but he is way more confident in his skills than I am. So we'll adjust that in just a minute. Make sure our action is good. These T6s, I'm scared to put any Loctite on those because they're so easily stripped that I just don't like to do it unless I have to. You get one stripped and it's a booger to get out. So go in reverse, make sure it pops into place, and go back forward. See, slipped right there. But alright, let's check the action. That feels great. Oh yeah, drop shutty. Oh my. Now it's hard to check centering until you put the scale back on, which is, guys, really, this is about as simple as it gets. Just get it kind of lined up right there and slide it back and it pops in and you'll hear it snap and you're good. You're in place. So, oh my, yeah, that's way better. Yeah, check any blade play. Solid as a rock. You can sure tell those are multi-row bearings But when I first got this, it was a little bit rough. Thought it was just me. Oh my, yeah, that's so much better. A little bit of oil on that detent track. Don't feel rough anymore. Clean those bearings up. Made a huge difference. So don't be intimidated by this. I am not the smartest guy in the bunch, no engineer or anything, and I can do this. So if I can do it, you can do it. Thought I'd do a little video, show y'all how to do it, and then give you confidence in doing that as well. And great design. Really love the internals on this thing. And so don't hesitate if you get to pick one of these up. They got multicolors if you don't like the blue. They got green. They have plain tie. I know there's those 3 colors. I'm not sure of anything else much, but very cool. So y'all have a great day, and God bless.